definitely ticking up, right? Grows by 800 a month. That's pretty not bad. Look at it go up. Oh, I lament for my nation. Paraguay killed so many of my people. And a lot of that, I would wager all of that, was down to my own foolishness. Thinking how best to deal with Brazil. I think I'll just bomb rush Chile, slice them in half. Jake, what does communist Germany look like? I don't know. I have not gone communist Germany. Perhaps well worth checking out. So there's the thing, I am but one man, and I would stream this game as much as I possibly could, but hey, I work. Lo and behold. Where do you get the glorious music? This is from the German March Order music. I listened to the Allied music, it didn't feel very fitting for the stream, so I removed them, but I kept in the German March Orders, because I liked them. And what do we have? Oh, Andreas Waldtoft yet again. What a man. What a man's man. How are we doing on that? You know, I could always release nations just to fight them again, but I think I'll pass on that. Well, I gotta hand it to Germany. They carved through Poland and France at the same time, but when it comes to the Iberians, they're having a touch of difficulty. Probably because they're relying on Vichy France there. Not a clever idea. Jake, you work for Paradox. They will allow you to stream more if you ask them. I stream in my spare time and I work in my work time. That's about as far as it goes. I also stream in my work time because, well, you'll often see me down there. In fact, Monday... I don't know if that's actually been talked about, so maybe I should keep my trap shut. Chick, what is this song? It is hilarious. What is it called then? Oh, it's in German. It's this Schwarbrauen ist die Haselnuss. Yeah. Don't come to me for my German. Okay. Shame the game is running as slow as it is. Since I am keen to put Uruguay in their place and then march up to the Americas. Jake, Zeke spilled the beans, don't worry, typical letter Z. You mean the launch stream? Okay, there we go, no need to keep my mouth shut then. Please butcher my language more, Jake. Jake, restart game, might be memory leak. Could well be. Yeah, I could do with grabbing a drink anyway, so I will take a wee pause there. Okay, and back to it. That also served a good way to check that the water is actually back on. Let's kill that day and night cycle. Jake, why isn't West Prussia / Danzig a German core? I'm not sure if it is or isn't. Okay, yeah, it's a non-core state for them. I was wondering if they get a focus to give it to them as a core state, but I can't be sure. Cores and non-cores, that's something I'm going to have to investigate. It looks like the game lags fairly hard when the whole world is at it. Because everything was fairly butterly smooth until the whole Reichs and Soviets taking on the Allies. Of course, that means the United States has to worry about this. I really hope that the United States end up shipping quite a lot over to the old world, because that would make life a lot easier for me. Pushing into the US is going to be hell. At least it gives me a bit of time to get some nukes going. Jake, can you check what factions the Baltics are in? Who cares about the Baltics? But sure, so we have factionless Latvia, who are still neutral. And we have factionless Lithuania, also still neutral, but strangely enough improving relations with Republican Spain. Maybe they want to get on that sweet allies. Ah, man. I'm disappointed in you. You could have well gone Soviet. Join the Comintern for the greater good. But they didn't, they went for their own one. Going with the Allies. Well, it keeps Churchill happy. We must prepare the people for war. Well, we must, but I'm looking forward to just getting rid of that smear from the map. So I have an idea for Brazil. What if I just let them into my country and then chop them up? Bit of an issue there though, because I guess there's not all that much supply to be had. I could defend here. Even so, they could just push down here. Tricky. Maybe I should just push up along the coastline. But then they have free reign through my country. It's dangerous in its own right. I would rather just hold the line, even if it is with crappy small divisions. Jake, what are core states? Core states are lands that you don't get a 98% population or recruitable population malice to. And I said I wanted production line. I'll take it. And the tanks, when they're gone, I can produce artillery instead. You know, perhaps artillery is a bit more important than the production line at this point. Get it done nice and fast. Jake, wouldn't the other doctrine branch help more with the manpower? Sorry for the spam. It'd only give me 5% more. That said, maybe that's not something to be onlying about. Such a low population. Well, at least what I do have is the ability to make more military factories. But once the nukes come my way, I'm going to be focusing on that instead. It's going to be hard times for me building up enough nuclear reactors, because I do really lack civilian factories. That's why I'm hoping Uruguay has a fair few. Can you make core provinces? No, just your starting cores, and occasionally focuses will give them. Jake, every man counts. I don't think anybody learnt to count in my country. Why no national focus? I was saving up some political power in case I needed it. I could take a focus. Special forces seem a little wasted on me at this point. Could get some marines and do some successful naval invasions to help me take down the enemy. And I also could go paratrooping to help me surround the enemy. Both have their good sides and down. Marines, huh? Maybe, but it is just another thing to spend my research on. Well, I'll go for it. And also, yes, there are government things. I don't really need another political advisor. I'm not keen on converting. I'm not really building any of these things, and I don't need any of these guys, since we are fully fascist already. Oh, limited exports does sound rather nice. My research time and factory output won't be quite so good, but I'll stop vasking half my resources. I don't really have much steel to need. Okay, there's no need to be doing that at the moment. But I will keep that in mind, since I will want to do limited exports later on. We already have all adults serving, that's okay. These are too late to make any real difference. Chief of Navy, Chief of Air Force, nah, but we need some military high command. Armored divisions doing better sounds good. Yeah, go with that. Paratroopers, don't you remember how badly Paraguay went, Jake? Paraguay went awfully bad. Jake, free trade is nice as well. Free trade would not be nice. Free trade would... Okay, take this tungsten for example. I'd be getting rid of a whole lot of it, and I'm going to need tungsten if I'm going to be producing much artillery at all. Speaking of which, how much does it actually cost in terms of people to produce some artillery? Not produce, but actually man the artillery. I guess we'll find out once I'm done researching it, which will not take very long. I keep thinking this is Stellaris and trying to use WASD. %5 more manpower is better than 5% no manpower though, right, Jake? To a degree, yes, but I want the other branch. Well, we can compare the two, right? So for example, I take my fire brigades, and what do I get? Extra organization for everything. Then I get the backhand blow ability, which, what's this good for? Counters breakthrough, so my brilliant general should be able to use that. And then what do I get? Better recovery rate, better organization, and better breakthrough for my tanks. Seems a bit better than effect on partisan, because sod that. Guerrilla tactics doesn't counter anything. I'm not sure how good it is. But yeah, other than that, it's like 3 and 2% recruitable population. We don't have any cripples or invalids in my country, so we don't need that. Too much of a crutch. And also, we don't currently have any different policy on occupied territory, so I guess we are currently gentlest. Alright, Uruguay. You are quite the guy, but you're going to go down. You're defending in territory, but it's all in plains, and I think you have most of your army doing that. So you have between 7 and more. I see 7. I think you're going to die. It's a shame, because you're building infrastructure, and I would quite like to have that infrastructure. The United States is guaranteeing Uruguay, and that is apparently a problem now. Why is that a problem now? They probably did Pax Americana and want to get involved. That's dangerous. That's extremely dangerous. Let's see what happens then. El Salvador is called nationalist... Oh, no, that's us. Oh well, get to it, lads. I want to see these guys die. Oh, I didn't notice there was a river there. Go figure. Okay, there we go. We are at war with the US. I think this is where things go very south for El Salvador. The US will probably start invading the hell out of us. So yeah, they must have taken their focus, which allows them to intervene in these wars. Jake, if no cripples are allowed, why have any support at all? Alright, well at the very least we're able to push through this quite nicely. And non-aggression pacts come flying in. What a pity. Well, what a pity for you, Uruguay. I'm afraid our new elite, well, our new regular turned elite foot soldiers are going to break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Splat. Sorry, America, I'm sure you thought you could help in this situation, but you cannot. Look at those factories. I want those factories. And we have them as well. So, actually that one capital wasn't quite enough to take down all of these guys, but we got this. And we got some free military factories. I do grant... Oh, shoot, I just lost all my imports from the USA. That's troubling. That's very troubling. Let's see if we can't restore them once this war is over. We still have those tanks. We're going to need more weapons produced anyway, so we'll set that up. Production efficiency will come back eventually. Take the Panama Canal, Jake. You do tempt me, don't you? I don't have anybody there to do so. Oh, right, I forgot. We have you guys auto-deploying once you're ready. I don't want you doing that. I like to know when my guys are ready to go. What we can do then is have you folks make your way over there. I didn't mean it that way. Oh, well, I guess you can actually just take that route now. He's alright at what he does. Let's see if we can't just take Panama Canal here. Sadly not. How much I want it, but cannot take it. Well, Uruguay, you're just coming my way, so thank you kindly. And we're done here. But the USA is now leading this war. They have a lot of friends that they could call in. I'm only in my own faction here. This is troubling. However, Mexico won't exactly give them access. Might as well take Panama while we're here. We'll have control over that. He could well just navally invade me, and San Salvador is not the most defendable location on Earth. At least it was a straight-up peace deal, so no resistance growing here. Okay, what do we do? We're going to need those goods from somebody, because we're lacking them hard. What do we need? Aluminium and a lot of steel. Maybe the Reich can supply us with the steel that we need. No possible trade route. I'm going to be seeing that for a lot of people. Alright, steel. The Reich has a fair amount of it to give out. We'll buy as much as they can give. And what else are we needing more of? A touch of aluminium? Vichy France, I see you're willing to help us out with that. We'll take as much as we need. And we're looking good. So with that, we'll be able to keep producing. Again, it's just non-aggression pacts coming in. Reich? Why would we ever fight? Well, let's not get carried away here. I'm not signing non-aggressions with anybody at this rate. Takes a lot less time to fabricate my war goals now. In fact, it'll probably be faster to cancel what I'm doing against Chile and just redo it. Then it'll only take 25 days. Yep. Calling you out, I'm taking you down. Still, how do we do this? I'm thinking half and half. Half of you work on Santiago. The other half... Yeah, I'm no good at this. Grab you, go to Santiago. The other half, I want to take the north. We're just going to roll in and take it. No problems. You're at war. You can do the focus now, Jake. Probably going to be at war for a long while, but we're still working on the special focuses, and I can't switch out. This music is too mild for what's going on. So come at me, America. The thing is, America has a lot of other fish to fry, and as long as Mexico are true neutral, they won't just allow them to go through. But that's interesting then. America does their defense of all these guys down here, which grinds to a halt my ability to just pick on the weak around me. Oh well, something to keep in mind at the very least. How about those market laws now, Jake? Oh boy. In come the Allies. Aye, I could even close my economy off altogether and keep all the goods for myself. I don't get enough that I'm willing to do that just yet. I quite like 5% research and the extra construction and output. So we'll keep it at limited exports for now. But the moment I, for example, export more oil than I require... Poland? Sure, Poland. Okay, well, we're World War now. Glad it was Uruguay then. I wonder if the Americas are going to get, or the United States of America are going to get pissy about my war in Chile as well. We'll find out soon. Jake, invasion in Panama. Aye, I see it. I wonder just how much they brought. At least for now, we're going to have you take over here. I need to close off Panama. That's my my weak entry point. But then so is this. They could also just land here since there's a port. How many of these guys am I at war with? Aye, I need to close things off here. I have my tanks ready to deploy, but they're not trained in the slightest. I'll probably just break them up a touch. But I need to break these guys as well. Let's hope they fall quickly to my tanks. Can you ask for peace, Jake? I'd love to. DDR blind strikes again. Well, what was I going to do? Well, I suppose I could quickly deploy here, couldn't I? They'd have no organization whatsoever. But you are ready to roll. Well, let's get you out there. Don't think I want to have another one of you coming, but... still a wee while on that tank. Okay, rather promising. Take them from both sides. We'll have you get organised better as well. Oh jigs, they never stood a ghost of a chance. You call that an invasion? Ah, the Americans. Expeditionary force from nationalist Paraguay. They wish to help us out. Oh, of course. You are, after all, my puppet. If anything, I should be calling you into all this. Ah, but they're already... already involved. Goodness knows why they'd also want to send expeditionaries, but what do I know? Alright, so attacking across this is going to be painful. Bases in low supply in South America. Of course, now that we actually have fairly large units here, the supply is going to be low and atrocious. Okay, so I told a bunch of you to go there. The other half should avoid sticking around and all that, and instead worm their way around. So that we don't chew up all that supply. And then we'll invade from there. Hopefully that works. All these people wanting naps with me. Okay, this is a little unfortunate because crossing a canal... well, that's tricky. Of course, if I could just, you know, make my way across... not so simple. But I could navally invade from here, couldn't I? Yeah, you should get on that. It won't take you long to plan. And I'll get you guys to back him up. Jake, you obviously need to go on the offensive and invade Canada ASAP. You realize I have 28 divisions. My enemies have... good thing I didn't start the war with Brazil. Jake, give new orders to your airplanes. That's a great idea. I do want them still down there though. But I doubt that the Americans are doing anything here, so what I could do is grab this and say have some fighters and close air support and save me from myself. They're deploying from reserve, which moves them from capital. It won't take them long to get there. And then we go help me out, close air support and air superiority. And that'll give me a nice little bonus to this battle. Not nearly as nice as surrounding and destroying my enemy, but we'll get there in time. Those great interwar biplanes. It's been a rough time for our country. A rough time across the board here. I'm just going to have to react to him, because it's not like I can invade the US unless I charge my way through Mexico. Shame about that performance in the in 41 here. Oh well, we just have to perform well. Now it's likely that, yeah, even once we've planned this out, we lack the intel, but what I can do is tell you guys to patrol around here. Submarines should give me what I need. Western Canal Zone. We lack the... what is the Western Canal Zone? Ah, right. Well, you guys can also... Oh, they don't count as adjacent. That's interesting. It's going to take them a while to get over to the Western Canal Zone. I wonder if I can have them get over here instead. So if instead you land, say, here... wrong ones. I just need to select you for this. Let's get rid of the existing one. I know you're going to have to plan another one, but if we just stick to this area. And then we just have both of you work from here. Oof. Alright, let's save just having all of you guys die. Keep you in port for now. We'll get that naval invasion planned. And then we'll figure out how to deal with Uncle Sam here. Jake, take that British land in Central America.